Have you ever had a neighbor who thought they owned your property? That's what I faced when Karen, my nosy next-door neighbor, decided my front door needed a makeover. I'm Mia, a graphic designer who just moved into a quiet suburban cul-de-sac, hoping for peace. My cozy beige house was my canvas, and I loved its understated charm. But Karen, she had other plans. It started innocently enough. Karen, a self-proclaimed neighborhood beautification expert, knocked on my door one Saturday, her smile as fake as her tan. "Mia, your door's so drab. A pop of color would do wonders," she chirped, eyeing my simple oak door like it was a personal insult. I politely declined, saying I liked it as is. She nodded, but her eyes had that glint trouble was brewing. Days later, I came home from a client meeting to find my door painted a garish red. My jaw dropped. Karen stood on her lawn, paintbrush in hand, grinning like she'd done me a favor. "Surprise. I had some leftover paint, and it looks fabulous," she gushed. I was livid. "You painted my door without asking?" I stammered. She shrugged, saying, "The neighborhood has standards, Mia. You'll thank me later." Thank her? I wanted to scream. Fuming, I tried reasoning with her. "Karen, this is my property. You can't just do this." She waved me off, claiming it was for the community's good. I called the HOA, but they were useless, saying it wasn't their jurisdiction. My blood boiled. Karen's smugness, her utter disregard for my boundaries, gnawed at me. I couldn't let this slide. Enter Jake, the quirky retiree across the street, who'd been watching the drama unfold. Over coffee, he revealed Karen's history. She'd bullied neighbors into compliance for years, rewriting garden plans, dictating mailbox colors. "She's a control freak," Jake whispered, his eyes twinkling. "But she's got a weak spot, her precious garage." That's when the idea hit me. If Karen thought she could paint my door, I'd give her a taste of her own medicine. I waited until midnight, armed with 2 cans of toxic neon green paint I'd found at a discount store. Jake, my unexpected ally, kept watch, chuckling as I crept to Karen's pristine white garage. With every stroke, I felt a rush of defiance. By dawn, her garage glowed like a radioactive lime, impossible to ignore. I left the empty cans by her doorstep with a note. "Thought your garage needed a pop of color, Mia." The next morning, Karen's shriek woke the neighborhood. She stormed to my porch, red-faced, pointing at her glowing garage. "You vandal!" she screeched. I crossed my arms, mimicking her earlier nonchalance. "Just helping with the neighborhood standards, Karen." She threatened to call the police, but Jake, now sipping lemonade on his lawn, chimed in, "Funny, Karen, you didn't mind painting Mia's door." Her face froze caught in her own hypocrisy. The neighborhood buzzed. Posts on the local forum lit up, with neighbors sharing their own Karen horror stories. Her borrowing their tools, fixing their lawns. The tide turned. At the next HOA meeting, Karen tried to rally support, claiming I'd gone too far. But Jake, with his sly grin, presented photos he'd snapped of Karen painting my door. The crowd gasped. Karen's reign of meddling was exposed. Humiliated, Karen repainted my door back to its original oak at her expense while I restored her garage to white. But the damage was done. Neighbors shunned her, and her beautification crusade fizzled. She moved away a month later, her tail between her legs. My neon green stunt? Petty but perfect payback. What do you think? Did I go too far? Or was Karen's comeuppance deserved? Share your thoughts below.